Yo, oh my God. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Sorry, y'all. I was about to start the show at 6:30. I got a call. My mother-in-law said she was locked out of the house. My in-laws live probably like, I would say like 4 minutes away from us. My mother and father-in-law, they live across town from us. So my mother-in-law said, I'm locked out of the house. So I was going to run over there, but somehow she got in the house. I was in the car. It's all good, man. It's all good, y'all. It's all good. But listen, it's a whole lot going on. It's a whole lot going on. Let me get the show started, y'all. A little off, but mother-in-law's cool. We can get this show rocking and rolling. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. But listen, man, you guys know, like I always say, let's start this podcast. Oh, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in here. We got 161 people in the room. You're wasted with your brother, wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Man, it kind of messed up the rollout to the show, y'all, because y'all probably didn't get the YouTube announcement that the show was going to start. But, yo, family first, right? Family first. What's the deal, everybody? What is the deal? Yo, crazy thing is, I said to myself, I was going to wait until things kind of materialize with, the quarterback situation. I was going to wait because I was on some stuff like, yo, man, like, I don't want to keep belaboring the point with this quarterback situation. Until something really tangible happens, I ain't want to, keep beating a dead horse, right? I didn't want to bore y'all. I wanted to really kind of start tapping in with some of the NFL draft stuff. The combine is starting tomorrow. I'm how we do over here at Shillmore and Raider Nation Unlimited when it comes to the draft, right? We're big draft aficionados. But then some of the things that I've been talking about, weeks earlier. And look, I don't do this much. I don't pat myself on the back much. But a lot of the things that I was talking about in previous weeks are starting to come to fruition, right? The doubling down on this Matthew Stafford thing, doubling down, tripling down, right? And it looks like the Raiders are too, guys. Looks like the Raiders are too. We're going to get into that. I also doubled down on the Raiders going out there and taking a flyer on Zach Wilson. Now, there's a lot of people who don't like that idea. But I'm going to be 100% real, right? I think my coffee's cold now, too, man. Damn, coffee's cold, man. What the F is going on here? The F. It's unbelievable, man. Can't be having no cold coffee. Wifey's not here. I don't have any children in the house to send to get me any coffee. I'm here flying alone. Uneffing believable. Uneffing believable, right? So there were some reports out there about Zach Wilson. Now, you guys know that your brother Wasted kind of, massaged this idea to the nation almost a month ago. Almost a month ago, right? And now it's starting to, get legs. Look, I told you guys, as soon as soon as Chip Kelly came in the building, that opened up the possibilities for what you would want to do at quarterback. That opened the floodgates up because now you have a guy that has the capabilities to really develop a guy, right? It's not like before where you got Jack Del Rio as head coach and you sign a guy like that. Jack Del Rio's a defensive coach. He's not going to develop anybody. It's not like, having Gruden, where Gruden is a guy who develops quarterbacks, but he's also a guy who will ruin a quarterback's confidence. Listen, this is a year where you have options free agent-wise. You have options in the trade market where you didn't previously, right? And this is also a year where you're picking in the top 10 of the draft. And every time you pick in the top 10 of the draft, you're within a stone's throw of getting where you need to be. The cap's going up this year. There are a lot of things that are trending in the Raiders' direction here. Right? So, look, guys, few things we're going to get into, man. Now, trending right now, Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford, man. There's a lot going on. Reportedly, Tom Brady and the Raiders are recruiting Matthew Stafford. Now, we all know that the Raiders are in dead need of quarterback. They're saying that Tom Brady is reportedly trying to work some magic to address the needs of the team. They say Brady has spoken with Matthew Stafford's camp about the possibility of the Rams and the Raiders trading, according to Vinny Bonsignore of the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Shout out to Vinny B. Reaching out to another team's player about a trade would typically constitute tampering, but the Rams have given Stafford permission to gauge a trade market for his services, right? So the tampering thing, the tampering thing is very delicate. It all depends on the information and the way they try to frame it, right? But we'll dig a little deeper into that because there's some other things that were a little interesting, right? But Stafford, is a two-time Pro Bowl selection. He's set to make, $23 million in base salary next season. And, he has no significant guaranteed money left on his contract. And I think that is really a big thing. That's the most important thing for NFL players. That's kind of the situation that we're in with Max Crosby. These NFL players need the guarantees, man, because they're always one hit, one injury away, one anything away from it all evaporating, and they need that level of security, right? So the Rams signed Stafford to a restructured deal last season, and the two sides were hoping to kind of come to an accord. But from what I understand, the Rams and Matthew Stafford behind the scenes, the quiet thing that's not being said out loud is that they're done with each other. They're done. And they everybody wants to move on to greener pastures, right? Now, Brady being part owner of the Raiders makes it a little weird the way that they came in contact previously. And we'll get into that, man. But him being part owner of the Raiders and having such a huge part in this, I think it effectively, and I said this earlier this week, we did a live on it. I'm not going to belabor the point. I think it puts the Raiders in the driver's seat for Matthew Stafford's services if he is hell-bent on moving on from the Los Angeles Rams, because of the simple fact that Tom Brady was once in this same situation with the Patriots. It's not exactly the same, but very similar. A guy that's long in the tooth, a guy that's had some success at the NFL level, a guy who still had a lot of football to play. He wanted to go into the best situation possible for him. And I think Tom Brady can show Matthew Stafford what a good situation looks like. He can show them what good looks like. He can demonstrate exactly what the Raiders can do to lead him into a successful place. Now, the roster for the Raiders is where, when some people were saying that it's definite that Stafford is leaving, I was thinking like, man, I don't know if Matthew Stafford wants to leave the Rams if they're not running them out of there, because they're not 5 other teams that have a better roster than the Rams. The Rams have a hell of a roster, and it's a young roster, right? So the thing for Tom Brady is one, and the Raiders, it's a money aspect. Do the Raiders have the money? They're solvent. They took on some new ownership. They brought some liquid cash into the building. Also, you have a tax-free environment, and you have a lot of salary cap. So from a behind-the-scenes standpoint, the Raiders got the money, right? From an on-paper standpoint, as far as salary cap, we're second in the league in salary cap. So there that goes, right? Even though we do have some needs all over the football field, we do have some contracts we have to ratify. That's not an issue for the Raiders. So you have those two things. And then you have a spot that's open, and you have a roster that is not barren and devoid of talent. You have a team with a full myriad of draft capital to address the situation. So, and then you have a guy like Tom Brady who's been in the same situation. So who better to talk to than Tom Brady if he's a guy that's pulling the trigger, right? So we have the sixth pick in the upcoming draft, man. And we have a possibility to explore this trade with Stafford. They're saying that the Rams are looking for a first-round pick. I don't see that happening, because the other teams who are in the market for Matthew Stafford, the only team I could see trading first-round pick is probably the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? But the Giants are picking at 3, and we're picking at 6. Now, there's some that says that, hey, man, I'm willing to give up the 6th pick in the draft for Matthew Stafford, and I disagree. Now, listen, I am as hard up for the Raiders having a great quarterback in the building as anyone else. Look, Matthew Stafford will probably be, in my lifetime, he'd probably be the second best quarterback that I've seen. Because Plunkett, I was a little kid when Plunkett was there, right? And I can't necessarily say Jim Plunkett had a lot of success, but I can't say that Jim Plunkett as a quarterback is like better than Stafford. I can, Rich Gannon, Stafford, Jim Plunkett in my lifetime, right? The snake was already long gone by the time I started watching football. So it's crazy, right? Yeah, you say that, but the age of Matthew Stafford makes this a very, very risky and crazy kind of move. It makes it a very risky and crazy kind of move, right? Because this is one of those moves that can either propel the organization or send the organization back. This is one of those moves that, you really, really, really have to try your best not to give a first-round pick up. You got to try your best, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to AC Raider Nation. Yeah, Haas was one of the greats. I love Haas, but man, Haas was my favorite quarterback as the Raiders, man. But Rich Gannon, man, league MVP, right? My guy, King, 85 with the $5 slapper Rooney with the first super of the day. Oh my God, my dog is in a place, man. If we really are in on Stafford sweepstakes and it's out in the open like this, the new regime leaks like a sieve. Now, I'm going to tell you why the new regime supposedly leaks like a sieve, right? Now, this is lion season in the media, man. This is lion season, man. Like, there are a lot of, theories that are kind of put out there for public consumption just to generate engagement, right? Like a lot of people engagement farm with the Raider fan base. They play games with the Raider fan base, y'all. Y'all got to understand that because they know how engaged we are. They know how we love our Raiders. They know that, if there's anything that's Raiders, we are all about that. They know that. Like we're one of the most passionate fan bases that there is, man. So it's a little different, man, for us as opposed to everyone else, man. But look, I don't think that they leak like a sieve. I think what you have now is you have people in the organization who is curating the message out there. This is what you have, man. You have people in the organization who want this information to be leaked out there. This is not an accident. This is not an effing accident, guys. Let me be honest with you. It really isn't, man. And this is also the thing, right? Now, you have people like Jordan Schultz, right? Now, Jordan Schultz kind of leaked this out there, and people have heard that the minority owner of the Raiders, Tom Brady, had Stafford at his home in Montana where they spent time together and were skiing. And they said Brady has been actively trying to convince Stafford to join the team. Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think that they're putting some extras on this, right? Now, from what I've gathered, they said that Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford were at the same ski resort. They ran into each other, and that was that. They spoke, that was that, right? Now, some people are saying that they call him bullshit, like Jordan Schultz is saying. Source say the minority. He says, if you really think Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford just happened to run into each other at a ski resort in Montana, of all places, at the exact same time, I got a bridge to sell you. Now, look, as a Raider fan, bro, I am not doubling down on the fact that Tom Brady had this set up, because what I don't want to happen is tampering. Now, I think that we're protected from tampering, but it's all depending on if the information is framed in a certain way and the National Football League starts to investigate timelines of when people touched down, when people spoke. Then it becomes a mess for us. And this is one of the, like, kind of the sum of all fears with us as Raider fans, when we were saying, hey, man, it's going to be tricky with Brady being a part owner, having relationships with guys that are still in the league, man. Look, so to me, they ran into each other by happenstance. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't give a damn what y'all say. I am not putting that narrative around. Not me. Not me. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, my guy Mutation X from Tom Pelissaro on Brady Stafford's rumor. Brady's longtime agent, Don Yee, told me, I know that reporters sometimes make mistakes in their haste, but this story's inaccurate. There you have it. There you have it. Listen, bro, there's a lot of people that are trying to listen, man. Some people think that done is better than perfect, right? We live in a media world now where people don't have to be right. They don't have to be credible. They just have to be engaging, bro. You got to watch it with some of this shit. Salute to everybody in the chat, but you have got to watch it, bro. You've got to watch it. Yo, shout out to my guy Rorschach Raider, man. Everyone gather around the fire, because Wasted is dropping knowledge. Yes, my friend. I'm trying to. Shout out to over 500 of you guys in the room. Get Wasted with your brother Wasted. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over to YouTube. We got cookies. If you're watching on Twitter, share this thing out. And do me a favor. If you're not following me on Twitter, man, go on there and hit that follow button, man. I need some more followers on social media, man. I need some more subscribers too. Come on, man. My guy or girl, Amber 7. I don't think it was lies, since immediately they said the meeting was by accident. They didn't want to get caught in tampering. I mean, hey, man, listen. To me, they lying, bro. It was an accident. Tom Brady would never cheat. Tom Brady would never fracture a rule. I mean, this is Tom Brady we're talking about here. What such filth. You guys out there accusing the great Tom Brady of being unethical. I am clutching my pearls. The F is wrong with you guys. Leave old Brady alone, man. Yo, man. Shout out everybody in chat, yo. Oh, my God, man. My guy, John Rodriguez, he goes, no one comes close to the general Rich Gannon. Hey, man, so says you, right? And my guy Shalib gifted 5 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships to the masses. Everybody who received a membership from Shalib, you guys salute him, man, for making the Wasted Talent Army grow in droves. You damn right, Ray Loso. Tom Brady is a choir boy. He is a gentleman and a scholar. He would never, ever, ever cheat. I mean, I mean, guys, would you? I mean, would you guys ever see Tom Brady doing such a thing? I mean, there's a lot of deflated logic there. Oh, my God. I could never see Tom Brady doing such a thing, man. I can't believe, y'all.
God! Wow!
I cannot believe the filth that I have coming through the airwaves now. Unbelievable. It's nasty work, y'all. My guy Soul Chef with the $20 bomb. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He got to midfield on this one, yo. Funny how 2 months ago, the Raiders wasn't an attractive job. No QB, etc. Fast forward 2 months with the new staff, plus Brady, and we are linked to every effing QB and free agent. Multiple people were saying we are the best landing spot for a rookie QB. And bro, the thing is there's perception and there's reality, right? The reality is that when you talk about some of the teams that are struggling right now, right? You talk about, Jacksonville. Jacksonville doesn't have a quarterback problem. They got Trevor Lawrence, right? But we look at some of these teams, right? A lot of these teams that are struggling, the Titans and the Browns, they have limitations all over. They have limitations from a salary perspective. They have good rosters, but they have certain issues that they can't kind of get that are not going to solve themselves in this offseason. Like the Browns and the situation with Deshaun Watson, that's not going to be rectified this offseason. It's not. Right? This is a cross for the Browns to bear. They're going to have to build around one of the worst contracts in professional sports history. This is what they're going to have to do, right? So you got to look at the Raiders. The Raiders, for all of the instability and for all the inconsistency from a coaching perspective and a GM perspective, what I will say is that Tom Telesco last year did a magnificent job of keeping the Raiders viable and financially solvent. And Zeke and Josh McDaniels did too, man. They did too. Like when we wanted them to go out there and back up the Brinks truck and bring in all these different contracts, they did. And that set the Raiders in a good situation, in a good space, right? Then you go out there and, yeah, we don't get Ben Johnson, right? But when you really think about it, the Raiders are in a situation where we need definites, man. We need definites. We don't need situations where we need to wonder whether our coach can coach and whether our players can play. Like we need definites. We need absolute definites, right? And Pete Carroll, is an inevitability in this league that he is going to turn a situation around. We've never seen him not do that. We've never seen him not do it. We've never seen him not do it, right? So we have some definites in the building. We have people that are credible in the building. Credibility is one of the things when you're trying to build a program and you're trying to build a team, you're trying to build it in any sport. Credibility is like 50% of the battle when it comes to convincing people to get down and play in or for your organization. Credibility, man. Credibility is huge, right? So you have credibility now because now what Mark Davis has done is he's taken himself and inserted himself out of the mix when it comes to, the ownership stake. Tom Brady being the face of the ownership group is the best thing to happen to the Raiders in a very, very long time because now you don't have that ineptitude factor anymore. Until Brady messes up, right? He is widely regarded as the greatest football player to ever play this game, right? So just from that perspective, there's a certain level of credibility right there. So now all the follies of Mark Davis kind of get pushed to the back burner when people say, hey, Brady is in charge, right? Then now you bring in a coach who's won at every level. So now when you start talking about, and then you bring in a John Spytek who's widely regarded as the best GM hire this offseason. So when you do that, now all of a sudden, from a perception standpoint, the Raiders are viable. This is a situation where now you can't have people like, guys that normally hate the Raiders, like Colin Cowherd. Now he's bloviating and glazing the Raiders like crazy because Pete Carroll is a guy he's always just kind of Donkey Konged on. Tom Brady is that too. Oh, man, so how can guys that you pretty much lauded for years and years and years put on silver and black and then now they don't know what they're doing? I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best things, because now in the media, you still have people that are on that time to hurt the Raiders, like Jordan Schultz, trying to put that tampering narrative out there, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate Tom Brady and his credibility being called into question, Jordan Schultz. You terrible man, you. Raider Deb with this $5 smackaroony. Happy Wu-Tang Wednesday. So much smoke going around. The next few weeks is going on a full sweeping circle. Raider Nation, appreciate you, Wasted. Raider Deb, I appreciate you for always supporting the channel and gracing us with your presence. It is the fly and wonderful Raider Deb, y'all. Salute the Raider Deb, y'all. So, guys, let's get to it, man. Yo, my guy Rodney Wiggins. Hey, y'all better not disagree with Wasted, because you know he's gonna call your opinion bullshit. Y'all some losers. Rodney Wiggins, you know what's funny, man? You know what I will do? I will not call you guys losers, right? But I'll call you a effing loser, Rodney Wiggins. You come in here with your filth, your crap. Listen, I was in a good mood, Rodney Wiggins. The F is your problem. What the hell did I do to you to come in here running your effing mouth? The F up out of here with your crap.
That's a tutorial that says you know what the fuck you doing.
Rodney Wiggins, you get the F up out of here with your crap. See, I think you're trying to wind me up because I'm in slow motion. We're just breaking the effing news down, Rodney. Here we go. Now you got me. You got the wasted one going. F. You know, I mean, listen, bro. Let me derail, because you know I got everything set up, right? Let me derail this show real quick. Look, man. Guys, you guys got to understand something, bro. We've been waiting a long time for this team to win. We've been waiting a long time. I don't have the bandwidth for everybody to act like, yo, these aren't dire times and we don't need to do some drastic things. I'm not saying we got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not saying that we can't build an organization. But look, man, all of this, let's wait till Aiden O'Connell gets better. Let's go bring back Derek Carr. Hey, no, guys, don't do that. Hey, let's develop Bradley. Or let's go out there and go get Flotsam and Jetsam under center. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Get the F up out of here with that crap. They need to go out there and do everything, spend every goddamn dime that they have to go get an effing quarterback. That's what the F they need to do. You know, listen, I don't have any, I don't have any patience, bro. I don't have no more patience. Telling me, listen, you get Stafford, and you go in and you go bring in Zach Wilson. You goddamn right you bring him in. You guys, a lot of guys were all over me. They were saying, don't bring him in. And there's a report today from Vinny Bonsignore, man. Vinny Bonsignore. Now, Wasted was first on this, but listen, I'll let them live. But they're saying that Zach Wilson's next NFL team could be close to home. Wilson is an unrestricted free agent. He will be on the move if the Denver Broncos don't re-sign him, and I don't see them doing that. And the rumblings out of this week's NFL Combine pointed towards Wilson joining the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Wilson spent one season with the Denver Broncos after being traded from the New York bum-ass Jets. And look, this former kid out of BYU was called the Mormon Mahomes. It's the second pick in the NFL draft. The kid is very, 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 very physically talented. But listen, man. The Jet. I gotta go. I gotta go back to my dad, man. Listen, I gotta take one of his euphemisms. Listen, the Jets can fuck up a wet dream. They really could. They can take any young talented quarterback. Nobody ruins a young quarterback like the Jets, man. I'll tell you that, man. But a lot of people, including Vinny Bonsignore. This is like the Vinny Bonsignore show today, man. Shout out to Vinny B, right? He says he believes Wilson's next home could be Las Vegas. He says, obviously, there's a long way to go with the Raiders QB room, but a name that keeps coming up here in Indianapolis in terms of bringing into the mix is Zach Wilson, Vinny B wrote on X. He also reported that the Raiders are pursuing Matthew Stafford. Now, guys, to me, that takes our quarterback room from the worst in the league to one of the best in the league almost immediately in one offseason. You can do that, and you can draft somebody and put them on ice. Then that's all three levels of what I wanted to see this offseason. That's going to get an proven guy with a proven coach, proven ownership group, going and filling in the gaps in free agency. You have a young, developmental, highly talented guy for on a cheap, and you can go draft another kid to develop. So then there's a clear and concise contingency plan when Stafford's on his way out and when Carroll's on his way out. Zach Wilson has the physical abilities, not the mental acumen. But, bro, you guys, and this is the thing that's very, very dangerous about people. You guys say he doesn't have the mental acumen, right? This guy is a young player, bro, that played for a shit organization. He played for an organization that Aaron Rodgers, a Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer, and four-time MVP, went to and did look like a shell of himself with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers didn't win with the fucking Jets. Excuse my language. I don't give an F. Aaron Rodgers ain't win with him. And you guys are telling me that Zach Wilson is supposed to be some world beater with the sorry-ass Jets organization? Bruh, the guy just needs to sit and learn and give me a fucking break. You talk about he couldn't beat out Bo Nix. Yo, Bo Nix was drafted in the first round, bro. You think that they were going to let Bo Nix sit on the bench? Like, for real, like, come on. Yo, Big Mike saying exactly, he took the words right out of my mouth. Yo, the cherry juice extraordinaire. Big Mike. The fat foot assassin, Big Mike. Said the kid is 25. He is younger than AOC. But some of y'all want to say he's a bum. And then you guys are the same people that would tell me that a guy who should be selling auto insurance in Aiden O'Connell, we should stick with him. Listen, man. The MILF hunter would come to silk. Listen, this is a land made for Zach Wilson. I mean, how many wild MILFs are running around on the Las Vegas Strip with their toes out in sundresses? Zach Wilson would absolutely thrive in this environment. He would absolutely thrive in this environment. It's the effing MILF hunter, man. You guys wash your effing mouth out with soap. Little young Zach Wilson. Living the dream. Living the dream. I mean, but let me ask y'all something. See, when you guys say Zach ain't it, what are we talking about? Are we talking about starting him, or are we talking about bringing him in as a backup and letting him develop behind Matthew Stafford with Chip Kelly on the roster? The F are y'all talking about? You don't want Zach Wilson as your backup? The second pick in the draft. The F up out of here with y'all crap. Talking about he's garbage and heights. Man, get the F up out of here. Do you even know what garbage is? Far dog. the F up out of here. Uneffing believable. Big Mike knows the vibes. You can find Zach Wilson on the strip at Cabo Wabo during happy hour. You damn right. Leave him the F up. Man, come on, man. Wasted, would you swap number ones with the Rams to get the deal done? Quarterback's a big need, right? The thing with Stafford, you know, let's transition back to the Stafford stuff. We've been breaking this down ad nauseum, right? But this is what you guys want to talk about. This is your show. How much do I got to pay Matthew Stafford? How much do I got to pay him? How much do I got to pay him, right? Because if I got to pay him, I've done you your favor, Rams. You're welcome. You're not going to fleece me, right? And take my pick. Because you're doing the Rams a favor. Because for them to allow Matthew Stafford to go out there and seek a trade when he's under contract with them means that marriage is over. That marriage is over to me. And you're not willing to pay him. Because if you were, this would be a dead issue. This would be a moot point. So why, if I'm willing to take on the burden of that contract of a 37-year-old quarterback that you really don't want to pay? Because let's be for real here. Jared Verse is going to need to get paid. Jared Verse is a beast. Puka Nacua is going to need to get paid. They are shedding their older, high-salary players. This is a reason why Cooper Kupp is going to be gone. It's the reason why Matthew Stafford is going to be gone. There's no more Aaron Donald there. You know, the Rams have a very talented young roster, and guys need to get paid. So if I'm doing you that favor, right? Don't reach into my pocket and pick my pocket. I'm not letting them pick my pocket. So second round pick, take it. Third round, take it. If it's a situation where I got to eat the whole contract, you know, I'm not eating that whole contract and still giving you my first round pick. I'm just saying. I mean, am I wrong? Raider War Report, let me tell you why you are absolutely wrong. You'd rather get Daniel Jones, he could be this year's Sam Darnold, and no. Look, Daniel Jones is a guy who, you know, look, you know, I'm in the area. I see the guy. Daniel Jones is a guy that is physically talented, but the situation the Raiders are in, bro, the Raiders don't need a what if. And Daniel Jones is abjectly, and he's painfully just an average player from the neck up. He's a guy who is going to make mistakes, and he's going to lose you a lot of games, you know, that you shouldn't lose. Daniel Jones is a guy that gets you right at the doorstep of the playoffs. You might make the playoffs with him. He is a more physically talented Derek Carr. He is the kind of quarterback where you, at the beginning of every year, you will convince yourself and say, look, man, if we help him out and we get him this, we get him that, and, you know, if the wind, you know, blows the right direction, if the wind blows at 25 miles an hour and the earth sits on a proper, you know, a proper equinox, not a proper axis, right? And the sun and the moon line up and the Raider equinox begins, then you will have a Daniel Jones that could lead you and maybe win a playoff game. But on off years, he is going to have you at 7-10, 8-9. That's what Daniel Jones will have you, bro. He's talented enough to win some, and he's going to lose those games like Kansas City, bro. Danny Dimes is not somebody that should ever be in silver and black as your starter. Now, what you have with Matthew Stafford is you have a guy who is a top of the crust guy. He is a top 7 or 8 quarterback in the league. He's a dog. He's a guy that quarterback check. When you talk about the AFC West, right? When you talk about how the West was won, we might not have the best quarterback in the AFC West, but we damn sure have the second or the third best one. And if we build a better roster around that guy and support him, now you have the best team in the AFC West if you can get past Mahomes. Telling you something, man. Telling you something right now, yo. Daniel Jones is not great with the Rapoport. Like on paper, bro. And we could respectfully. I got a lot of respect for Rapoport. Good guy. He always communicates, always supports the channel. Thank you for the $5 smackaroonie. Appreciate you, my brother. But look, when you start really, really digging into it, man, you can't, where the Raiders are with Pete Carroll, you cannot sell that to this fan base, bro. Anybody in this chat, if they told you that Daniel Jones our starting quarterback week 1, you guys will lose your effing minds. And you'd rather listen, and see, this is the problem. You guys got to be more abstract. You guys, listen, you guys are making me lose faith in my chat. I am disappointed in you guys. I am disappointed with you guys. I am not saying that Zach Wilson needs to be our starter. I'm saying that if I'm the Raiders, whether I draft Shador or whether I draft Cam Ward or whether I bring in Matthew Stafford or whether I bring in Aaron Rodgers, I want Zach Wilson on this roster. I want him as a backup. I want him as a guy that can compete in camp. I want him as a guy that Chip Kelly can get his hands on at 25 years old and develop. You guys were trying to convince yourselves that Booger Minshew was going to be around. Uncle Rico. Oh, he's a real Raider because he has a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. The F up out of here. And look, this is the thing about when you talk about, Daniel Jones and you talk about Sam Darnold. I liked Sam Darnold coming out of USC. I thought Sam Darnold was talented, and I thought he got a raw deal with the Jets, right? When I see Daniel Jones, I see a guy that the Giants didn't do wrong. I think he's a bad quarterback who played bad with weapons, right? They went out there, they drafted some offensive linemen, right? And then all of a sudden, none of these guys can play, and then he leaves, right? And then these guys, Andrew Thomas and all these guys start getting better. Evan Neal, these guys they're starting to get better now because he left. Daniel Jones is horrendous. He is horrendous. So when you talk about bringing him in to start him, F that. And if I'm talking about bringing him as a backup, F that doubly, because Danny Dimes comes at a higher price point because he's gotten the big contract already. He's not going to go back and take shit money. Zach Wilson never got a chance to prove himself on a level to get any kind of money. So that's why Zach Wilson is a little younger than Daniel Jones. As a developmental talent, you guys are crazy like that glue. Daniel Jones had mother effing Saquon Barkley there with him. Or as some people like to call him, Saquon Barkley. He had some weapons there. I don't want to hear that crap. Daniel Jones is trash. Vanilla Vic my ass. It's a bum. It's an effing bum. Guys, yo, you guys, don't get me started with y'all crap up in here, man. What's wrong with you guys? Look, man, you know what? Lately, man, I have been on my soapbox way too much. Way effing too much. The F is going on in here, y'all. Access. I just don't see Stafford as a transformative QB. My best friend is a lifelong Lions fan. He was ecstatic when he left. And your best friend, God bless him, is an asshole. if he feels that it was cool for Matthew Stafford not to be there. Matthew Stafford, how is he not? So Matthew Stafford being a Super Bowl winner, a guy who took the Detroit Lions lowly ass team to the playoffs with one player, tough as nails. See, Matthew Stafford is what you guys thought Derek Carr was. That's who Matthew Stafford is. And I always said that. I remember arguing with guys on here when I first got on here, man. Wait, so why would Sean Payton get rid of his backup Wilson if he thinks he's a good QB? He's not getting rid of him. He's an unrestricted free agent. He is a free agent. He is a free agent. You guys understand, free agency means that they can seek another contract elsewhere. What's Sean Payton going to do? Franchise his backup quarterback? He's an effing free agent, bro. Zach Wilson listen, bro. Zach Wilson is an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Unrestricted, meaning he can go wherever he wants to go. The Denver Broncos aren't getting rid of him. They don't own his bird rights anymore. And listen, Matthew Stafford is Derek Carr, but successful and tough and doesn't wear eyeliner. That's who Matthew Stafford is. The F up out of here with that crap. You guys lucky my soundboard isn't working. I'd be flaming you right now. Let me stop being all angry and stuff, man. What the F is wrong with me, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Look, let me ask you guys something. Are you guys enjoying the show tonight? Are you enjoying the show? Wasted to hear more frustrated than someone at the DMV that found out they had the wrong paperwork. I mean, yes, man. Now, I'm not frustrated, man. I love all of y'all, man. I'm just frustrated with it because we keep talking about this quarterback stuff. I need for everybody to open up and think with the left side of your brain, bro, and understand what it's going to take to really win, bro. It's going to take to have multiple options at quarterback, bro. The problem with the Raiders organization is that we never get serious about the quarterback position. We get serious about a lot of things, but when Al was alive, Al just always thought he could just go get somebody off the scrap heap or some plumber and put him at quarterback and build a good enough team to win. He was never interested in drafting quarterbacks. He didn't draft a lot of quarterbacks in the first round. He'd go out there and be like, then he'd go pull somebody from free agency or something and try to make a reclamation. Al Davis, a lot of the times, loved to make fetch happen. Tried to make fetch happen, and it didn't happen. Right? So, look. Seriously, Wasted. You need to skip some of these dumb comments and ceremoniously block instead. Brady is putting in work. Stafford will be a huge win. Thank you. The most. Where's the most? Bro, I don't want to give a first-round pick for a 60-year-old QB. This is the crazy thing. You guys have never, ever, 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 ever heard wasted talent say that we need to give a first round to go get some Matthew Stafford. Bro, I don't know if you guys heard what I said, right? Matthew Stafford and the Rams, if they're allowing him to talk to other teams, that means that they don't want him there. Because if they did, we wouldn't be having a conversation. They're like, go out there and go seek what you want. It's kind of like if you're going through it with a female and you tell her, yo, man, you go see what the fuck you want. I don't care. I'm over you. Get out. We've been there. We've been there, right? So I'm not into the Rams picking our pockets. I'm not into that. If we're willing to take that albatross of a contract off your hands, that's as far as I'm going. That's as far as I'm going. And Axe S, I was just joking around, bro. I thought about that when I said that too, because I fuck with you, bro. And I love the stinking Lincoln in the picture too. The stinking, bro. Old school stinking from the 70s, bro. What is that? That's a Continental, right? That junk is mean, bro. But I was just kidding around, bro. It's all love, bro. I respect, like, bro, y'all know we be putting on and joking and shit, but like I respect all y'all opinions, right? Some more than others. That's what makes this show great. Shout out to the over 800 of y'all in the room getting wasted. Oh my God. The support is unbelievable. Shout out to everybody on Twitter watching me too. I mean, damn. But that don't take that no way, bro. Y'all know I don't disrespect none of my peoples, man. I got love for all of y'all, and I appreciate how much y'all support the channel, man. Yeah. So look, let me get to some of these supers, man. My guy Shalib gifted 5 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships. Oh my God, for the masses. My God, Chris 4 Raiders gifting another 5 Raider Nation Unlimited wasted talent memberships, man. Oh my God, man. It's going crazy in here. Yo, my guy, Max Van Engelhort with the $10 holler. Max won't take it well. If Brady can't close the deal for his top 5 QB Stafford, this is serious business, yo. We don't listen, bro. I'm not really concerned about how Max takes anything, bro. Max is still a Raider right now. Max is a Raider. Max is under contract. I hope the Raiders ratify his contract and get him right, but they got to do what's best for the team right now, right? I'm not worried about placating Max Crosby, bro. I love Max. Got a lot of respect for him, but I'm a Raider first. So F that. Rorschach Raider with the $20 bop. Wait, so these young cats are the same ones that when their elementary teacher said, go to the board and solve 9 times 7, they don't know multiplication, but the teacher has to teach. Henceforth, Zach Wilson has to learn. Do you guys not love the analogy by my guy Rorschach Raider, man? Shout out to him, man. It's my dog, man. My dog, man. My guy, Raider War Report. No, people said the same thing about Darnold. I mean, Jones over Zach Wilson, not Stafford. I get it. I think you're wrong on both accounts, though. I'm going to be honest with you, my guy. Elroy Jetson in the first. Okay, so I guess what y'all calling Zach Wilson, Elroy Jetson? Y'all crazy, man. Yo, my guy, Anthony R. Hernandez. What you think about taking a flyer on Harold Landry or Jair Alexander? Listen, Jair Alexander is a superstar. He is one of the best corners in his National Football League. If you put Jair Alexander in our secondary with some of the young guys that we have, that would make that group elite. I would freaking love if you could bring either one of them. And I love Harold Landry. But Jair Alexander, bro. Yo, Jair, man, that dude, I am a fan of him, yo. I am a fan of Jair Alexander, man. Huge fan of him, man. Now, when you start talking about Harold Landry, right, it all depends on the compensation, right? Right now, we have some guys that we need to sign, right? Now Harold Landry is an outside linebacker, right? And some people call him an edge or whatever, but I love Harold Landry, right? I would love to add that level of pass rush to our linebacker group. I would love that. You know what I mean? This is a 9 or 10 sack guy waiting to happen, right? And when you start talking about adding the strength with the strength, when you start talking about the metric of what it's going to take to beat some of these dudes, what the hell is that on my arm, bro? What the hell is that, man? I fucking got something on my arm when I was making my coffee. But yeah, man, Harold Landry is a guy I would take a flyer on. It all depends on how much, though, right? Because I think that with this draft, see, the thing that people aren't saying about this draft is you got some people saying this isn't a good draft, but that's bull. Because, you can double down on running backs in this draft, right? Like, if you don't get your guy in the second round, in the third round, there's going to be guys like R.J. Harvey that are there. I think R.J. Harvey, you guys know how much I'm in on. R.J. Harvey is probably my third best running back, third or fourth best running back prospect. You can get guys like Ollie Gordon, right? Defensive tackle. There are a bunch of defensive tackles in this draft. And there's some talented wide receivers. That group isn't super deep, But there's some guys in this draft, bro, that I think are freaks of nature and nobody's talking about, right? So when you talk about linebacker is another heavily, coveted position in this draft, man. There are a lot of good young linebackers who are those tweeners, kind of edge rusher, outside linebacker kind of guys, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of guys in college football right now that from Alabama, Georgia, bro, there are a lot of young guys out there, man, and I'm very, very excited about, man. Very, very excited about. Like, Jalon Walker, man, Jahad Campbell out of Alabama. These are two of the guys I'm talking about. Demetrius Knight. Barrett Carter from Clemson is another beast, man. Carson, I can't even pronounce Carson's last name. The kid from UCLA, man. Denny Stutzman from Oklahoma, man. There's a lot of Jay Higgins, man, from from Iowa. Kobe King from Penn State. It's a lot of good young linebackers out there, man. So you don't really have to double down on them as much in free agency. You can get one of those guys kind of later in the draft, bro. You really, really, really could, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We are cooking here. We almost at an hour right now. We almost at I can't believe we've been cooking this long, man. I mean, guys, you guys want to keep rocking and rolling? I ain't got nowhere to go. Just think about getting off and going to the gym, man. But you guys want to keep rocking and rolling here, man. Do you guys want to keep rocking and rolling? Yo, listen, there's nothing fly or wonderful about effing Graphic Raider. He can get the F up out of here with his crap. Talking about Ayo and pause. What the F you talking about, Graph? The F up out of here. What do I think about Justin Fields and chip system, bro? It sounds good, right? Like the idea of what Justin Fields is on the football field, the idea of Justin Fields' athleticism is a great idea, right? I like some of the things I've seen from Justin Fields this year. I do. But I don't know how accurate Justin Fields will ever be, right? Because Justin Fields, to me, is a two-read quarterback, right? So when you have a two-read quarterback like that is not accurate, right? He has all the prerequisite talent, right? He has an arm and a half. It's the anticipatory throws, right? It's, throwing guys open. It's fitting the ball in the tight windows, right? It's those things that he has never shown me the ability to do on a consistent basis, right? I am over the Raiders getting players and praying that they can realize their potential and having to depend on that, right? Like that's the reason why me going and saying, hey, go get Zach Wilson that being a good thing for the Raiders, because you're not depending on your season isn't riding on Zach Wilson's success if he's your backup. You know what I'm saying? The season is not riding on his success, man. And that is the difference between the regime now and the regime in years past. The regime in years past would go out there and they'd get a guy who was oft injured, right? Like injured, like say for instance, like Jimmy Garoppolo. And we would get ourselves all wound up and say how it's gonna work. It's gonna work because X, Y, and Z. He has familiarity with the system. He was hurt. He was out all last year. He's healthy now completely. He played well once. He played well for like 2 years, and it's been, he hasn't played well in 3 years, but he's gonna rekindle that level of play. What you have with Matthew Stafford is you have a guy who, at the basement level of his ability, he is better than most anyone who's been here in the last 20 years. See, that's what you know. These are things you can hang your hat on. The Raiders need things they can hang their hat on. They need a coach they can hang their hat on. We don't need a guy that we're praying can figure it out like Antonio Pierce. We don't need a guy that, Josh McDaniels, look, man, Josh McDaniels a hell of a play caller. If he could figure it out, oh, my God, we could have the next Bill Belichick. Now we don't gotta have the next Bill Belichick. We got the next Pete Carroll. Actually, Pete Carroll. We don't have to wonder whether Mark Davis knows football anymore and whether he's gonna make the right decisions. You got a guy that's forgotten more football than Mark Davis knows. The football mind is in the building. Mark Davis curated the money, and now it's time to cook, bro. It's time to cook right now. Listen, Matthew Stafford effectively changes the direction of his franchise. Shout out to Michael Lopo. You can't win in this league without a QB. Stafford changed the direction of his franchise. We changed from pretenders to contenders. Salary cap keeps going up, and Stafford is the top 10 QB, and you can take that to the bank because that's a stone cold lead pipe effing fact, Michael Lupo. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yo, my guy, Lawrence E. Wasted. If we do get Stafford, would you pick up Cooper Kupp? Depends on what Coop got left in the tank, right? Like I do not really like bringing in older receivers from the free agent market. Depends on what his market value is. If I can get him somewhere, close to what I bring in, See, the thing is, like, we'd have to see the market value of Cooper. That's a great question, man. That's a great question, right? Because you gotta ask yourself, where does he sit in the hierarchy of the highest paid wide receivers, right? What's that salary structure looking like? Like, so the highest paid wide receiver per year in the National Football League is the guy who should get paid the most, right? And his name is Justin Jefferson. He is at $35 million. CD Lamb is the second highest paid per year wide receiver, $34 million. AJ Brown, $32 million. Amon-Ra St. Brown at $30 million per year. Tyreek Hill at $30 million per. Brandon Ayuk at $30 million per. Jalen Waddell at $28 million per. Devontae Adams at $28 million per. DJ Moore at $27 million per. And Cooper Kupp at 26 per. Now, look, Cooper Kupp playing for me cannot make $26 million a year. That can't happen. So I'm out on Cooper Kupp. I'm out on him. He have to go all the way through the market and come back around the dance floor with a lot lower number than that. And yo, Buddy Bear, I didn't mean to interrupt. I love Trayvon Henderson. He's 1B for me. Omarion Hampton's number 1 to me, and Trayvon Henderson's number 2 to me. Austin Genty is number 3, and RJ Harvey. It's a lot of young running backs in this draft I love, man. My guy, Infern Norman with the $5 smackaroonie. Wasted. You go live consistently, and we appreciate you, man. I am so excited to support whichever QB Brady, Spytek, and Carroll and Kelly choose. New era. Yeah, I am too, bro. Because it's to the point where, a lot of the boxes that we wanted checked, it's like we have this mindset that a lot of the boxes we wanted checked with this team would take a few years. But I think the guys we got in the building now are just like listen, bro, if they bought the Raiders and the Raiders were a foreclosed house, it looks like they fixing this thing up to flip it. My God. Yeah, and Stafford is definitely top 10, definitely top 7, maybe top 5, yo. Late show ready. I'd rather trade for Metcalf than sign Cooper Kupp. I'd rather not. I'd rather pick my wide receivers up in free agency if I'm going to bring a vet in there. And I'd rather go out there and draft some of these guys. There are some guys in this draft that are sneaky good, man. Sneaky good guys, man. Sneaky good. I'm telling you right now, we got some sneaky good wide receivers in this freaking draft, man. Like Savion Williams, bro. Savion Williams is a senior, bro. He's 6'5". Beast, man. Honorable Big 12 mention, man. Player of the week. I mean, yo, Just a 6'5", just specimen, bro. You go get guys like that. You go get guys like that. I'm telling you right now. I just don't look, for me, I don't like spending big money on free agent wide receivers. I just don't, man. Shout out to my guy Ellis the Damager with the $10 smackaroonie. The big question about Stafford is how much he has left in the tank given his age and what that looks like money-wise. If Spytek is convinced he has 2 good years, pull the trigger, but a third top. And that's what I've been saying. I'm not giving a first-round pick for Matthew Stafford, bro. I'm not doing that. Just like with these wide receivers, bro. What about guys like Jalen Royals? Jalen Royals from Utah State. Jalen Royals, bro. Man, you know, he's a guy who struggled with injuries, but he played through it. And you know what I love about Jalen Royals, bro? He's a guy, he's 6 foot, but he's one of them guys like Anquan Bolden. He's 6 foot, he's not that tall, but he's a tank as a wide receiver, bro. 205, solid dude, solid production, man, especially in 2023, man. Had 1,000 yards receiving, 71 receptions, and he's a guy that could have gotten the transfer portal and kind of left, and he stayed pat. Jalen Royals, Isaiah Bond from Texas, who left Alabama. A lot of people criticize him, but he left because Nick Saban left. Nick Saban recruited him. The guy that recruited him left, and he went with Sarkisian. Bro, I don't really need to go like I am like Jalen Royals is a guy like that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, right? So if we don't have to go out and draft the quarterback and we spend a bunch of money on a quarterback, go out there and fill that wide receiver room, man, with a bunch of young, talented beasts. Like, fill this roster. Like, you got to be smart about the way you go about what the Raiders are going to do, guys. You have to, because the timeline gets accelerated even more if you sign a 37-year-old quarterback with a big contract. The timeline, because now it's not, yo, I got a guy on a rookie deal I can build the organization with. Like, nah. So now what you got to do is you got to bargain basement shop other places on the roster. You have to be effective in your dealings in the draft. You got to be effective in your dealings in the draft now, because I'm paying a quarterback. I'm paying a guy. And I expect to win with him because I don't have forever with him. We got to turn this shit around now. I got to get him weapons. We got Brock Bowers, young weapon. Boom. Go give me some running back. Big running back draft. You can get 2. Go get him running backs. Go in free agency. Go get him some guards to protect him, keep him upright. He's 37 years old. Jacoby Myers is here. Great. You know? Tucker's here. Great. But go get him some guys too, and then go sign a little free agent, and the sum of the room will be better than its parts. Then now you don't have a wide receiver that's going to be like, you know, acting like a diva. You got guys that are going to work. They're going to listen to Stafford, the old vet. He's going to get them the football, and we're going to be successful. I mean, that's how I would look for him. I'm telling you right now. Yo, my guy, rate of profit, wasted. Will Tyree Wilson's improvement reshape how we approach free agency in the draft? Will he be the reason we let Kuntz walk? Do you know who PG wants at number 1? No, I don't. I think that Tyree Wilson is a different kind of player than Malcolm Kuntz, though, right? Like, he is a true edge, bigger guy, physical specimen, right? But the one thing that you can't teach is bend. The one thing you can't teach is agility. You can improve it, you can work at it, but the kind of bend and the pass rushing, you know, prowess that Malcolm Kuntz have, that's kind of a God-given thing, bro. You know, like guys like James Pierce Jr. coming out of Tennessee, you could see it all over him, bro. You could see that he is a pass rusher, bro. Tyree Wilson is more of that, you know, middle of the road pass rusher, great run defender, you know, kind of like defensive end. I think Tyree Wilson, if he hangs around, he'd be more of a support for us in the run game. I think he'll be like a, you know, 60 tackle guy from defensive end because he could pursue guys. He has good straight line speed. But I don't see Tyree Wilson being a guy that the Raiders make assurances for in his roster. I don't think, he's done enough for that, especially with people coming in from new that want to win. They're not waiting around for him to develop because they didn't draft him. I'm sure they look at him as a bargaining chip, and I know he looks like a promising prospect for them, but I don't see them stopping heaven and earth for Tyree Wilson. I think they go out there and do what they had to do. My guy LS the Damager with the $10 bomb. The big question about Stafford is how much he has left in the tank. Oh, I read this one, and what it looks like money wise. If Spytek is convinced he has 2 good years left, then pull the trigger. Yes, thank you. I read it for a second time. I'm getting old. My guy LS the Damager, Jack Beck, wide receiver from TCU. Yeah, I like that kid too, man. And yeah. And there's elements of Puka in there. Poor man's Puka. He's a great blocker, and as a run first team, would be very, very useful. Is that the kid Beck? I think his brother. Did his brother get killed down at that situation down in New Orleans? If I'm not mistaken, that's Jack Beck, man, was a guy who put on the show at the Senior Bowl. But if I'm not mistaken, it was a tragic situation. His brother was also a college football player, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, am I right? Am I right about Jack Beck? That's the kid his brother got hit by the guy down in New Orleans that was hitting people with the car? Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking about this because this kid did phenomenal at the Senior Bowl. Phenomenal. Yo, shout out to my guy, man, George Cortinez. He goes, how much do we give up to move up for Shedeur Sanders? Sorry, just got here, missed it. Bro, I don't think the way this shit is going, I don't think you got to move up for Shedeur. I especially if, some of these teams, because this is the thing, right? So if Matthew Stafford goes to the Giants, right, which I see the Raiders being more of the sweet spot for Matthew Stafford because of the fact that it's warm weather, right? It's closer to home. He might not have to move, right? You don't have to come all the way over to the East Coast, right? Tax-free state, more cap money with the Raiders, right? It's just nothing but right. Now, if he goes to the New York Giants, then that means they're out of our way to take a QB, right? Now, do I think that Tennessee Titans are going to draft a quarterback? I do not. I think Abdul Carter is going to go number 1, bro. I think Abdul Carter will go number 1. If the Titans had a number 1 pick and they don't want to play around and nobody really wants to play ball with them to move up to get one of these quarterbacks, they're going to take the best player on their board. And I think the best player on most people's boards is Abdul Carter. And the fact that they have Jeffrey Simmons there and they have a defense that they can be proud of and they're building towards, I think that when you look at what happened in this year's Super Bowl, right? It stands the reason that people would want to pick a defensive end, right? Because you look at how the West was won this year, and it damn sure wasn't won with no offense, right? That the Eagles definitely have a great offense, right? But the Eagles won doing what should have been done and what most teams should do. Go back to old school smash mouth football. Old school smash mouth football. Beto says we only need Stafford for 1 or 2 years tops. He can make our team competitive and develop our future. Perfect. I think it's nothing but right. The people who are talking about the Stafford thing, the only thing is that I don't want the Raiders to come from a position of desperation. I want the Raiders to come in a situation where they are operating from a position of strength. And that is the reason why they got to keep their eyes and their ears open and their options open. I think it's a good thing if they show, a lot of interest in Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. Because, if Matthew Stafford goes somewhere else, they could be like, well, good. The Giants are out of our way. Now, could it be Pittsburgh? Possibly. But now they're out of our way. Say Sean Barkley in a place, man. Hunter, Carter, Ward, Graham, T-Mac, or Campbell go before us. It's a jocker card like the Falcons last year when they took Penix. We got to secure it with Sanders early. I don't think so, bro. I think we'll be all right, man. I don't think that Shedeur Sanders is as highly touted and lauded as he thinks. I think there's a lot of I think there's a machine out there that has put so much smut on Shedor's name that the perception of who he is has become the reality with some of these scouts. I'm sorry. I think he's been unfairly criticized, and I think that's gonna hurt his draft stock. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, man. My guy, David Walker, the coffee got cold, man. Wifey's not home, kids ain't home. I'm on the air. I'm not gonna get up here and just leave you guys with dead air and go get coffee, bro. Yo, my guy Rudy in the place. Shout out to my guy Rudy. I agree. I think Cam is the first QB off the board, and look, I do too. But you know, I just think it's nasty work that, you know, Shedeur is this cocky douchebag of a quarterback, and then you got a guy like Cam Ward who didn't finish his bowl game. You know, you got a guy that everybody forgets played at Washington State and has some limitations. Shout out to y'all, man. You guys are telling me, yo, listen, is this a low energy show or something like that? What the F is going on here? I'm trying to lay off. I've just been drinking too much coffee any damn way, man. My guy, James Williams, becoming a member of the Wasted Town Army. He always has been. My guy, Payne Hunter. Yeah, man, it's nasty work. People act like Shedeur don't put in the work or he's some brat. I think that the sins of the father are coming home to haunt the son. I don't know if Deion has sins, but Deion has a lot of people where, you know, we know he is the man, right? We know he's the first, but I didn't realize that how much some people really dislike Deion Sanders in the media. I'm telling you, man, I never, ever realized that, man. Like that question for Wasted. Stafford or Prime? It's tough, man, because I like Shedeur. I do. Would I like us to get our guy for the long run? Yeah, I would, right? But I'm all about definites, right? If I can get Stafford and it can fit into the framework of what I'm trying to do, I would take Matthew Stafford. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I would take Matthew Stafford, and I would go out there and actively draft a quarterback every year, man, and try to get the young guy. Like, I just feel like the Raiders fan base, we deserve to not have the quarterback be a question mark for us. And it's been a very, very long time since that's been the case. I'm serious right now. You need to be back in your soapbox. Y'all yelling at you. Y'all crazy, man. Sean Huggins. Travis Hunter's going to the Jags. Shedeur's going to fall to us, my prediction. We will have Stafford and Shedeur best case scenario. I don't think so, bro. I think if Matthew Stafford's on his roster, I think the Raiders either trade out of 6 or they pick BPA. Seriously, man. Shout out to my guy, Rudy DeVette Russo. If they bring in Matty Ice, better draft his replacement, Jackson Dart, or I'm driving this truck off a bridge. Get that F up out of here with your crap, Rudy. What's wrong with you? I'm driving a truck off a bridge. What the F is wrong with you, Rudy? Shedeur in a rookie contract with a 5th-year option is major. Yeah, but the difference is that I don't know whether Shedeur. No, you never know when you draft these guys. I don't know if he's going to be able to play. I know Matthew Stafford can play. If I don't know nothing else, I know Matthew Stafford can play some ball. That's what I know. I ain't got to figure it out. I ain't got to wonder. Stafford and Will Howard, to me, would be the best case scenario. What better person to learn from than a guy who is physically talented and, you know, has won at a high level? Like, bro, that would be the metric for me. My guy, Michael Van Engelhorst. Exactly. Franchise rookie QBs are rare, but better to get a real starter. And I'm trying to tell y'all something. Like, bro, y'all got to understand something. And I get it, man. But the urgency that a star quarterback puts on an organization is major. Because, look, with a rookie, there's a certain amount of kid gloves you got to treat the roster with. You got to leave yourself out whether the kid stinks or not, right? But when you have a bona fide guy that you've seen get it done and he's physically cool, he's okay with the offense, now you can go all in and you can bring in players that are more proven that might cost you more because you know you're going to get the value out of those players. You don't know whether you're going to get the value out of some of these players, man, when you bring these dudes in, when you got a quarterback like that. You don't know. You don't know. So if the Raiders stay at 6, it's like, do they bring in Mason Graham? You know, do they go in and bring in another edge or something like that? Like, what does that look like for? What does good look like for the Raiders, man? My guy Pop Belly, man. What do you think about Savion Williams, the TCU, bro? I just told y'all what I thought about him. I think he is excellent, bro. I think he's excellent. He's 6'5". He's a freak, man. A nature. Freak of nature. Yeah, you fix your Wi-Fi, Anthony. You effing bum. F up out of here. 100% agreement wasted. Stafford, for years, ties him to the head coach. Draft and develop Howard. Trade back for more capital. Graph OT, offensive tackle, Mabayu, and running back Hampton, and fill out the rest of the draft with needs. Man, listen. I couldn't have said it better myself, Ridgeback. Look, with us getting Chip Kelly, I see Howard as our QB of the future. Maybe Ohio State running back. Yeah, maybe. But this is the thing with the Chip Kelly thing, and this is why I don't like, drawing those parallels, because it's like the low-hanging fruit, right? It just seems like it makes too much sense not to happen. But Chip Kelly not the only guy that's making personnel decisions. You got to understand, John Spytek has his idea of what a Raider looks like, and Pete Carroll has his idea of what a Raider looks like and what a quarterback looks like, and you don't know if that's congruent with the way that Chip Kelly sees it. Seriously. Horrify the chat. Bring him back to life. I am back to life today. F is wrong with you guys. So let's get into a few more things. We're going to get the F up out of here, right? We're going to get the F up out of here pretty soon, man. But look, let me ask you guys something, man. Who are some of the people that you guys want to bring in out there in free agency, man? Who are some of the people? Because, it's funny, man. Like the Rams, I don't know why they having this fire sale, man. But, they look, man. The Ram got some guys out there, man, that we can take a flyer on, like Kevin Dotson and, guys like that. Zeitler, even though he's not a Ram, but I'm just saying, man. Kevin Zeitler is a guy that you might want to take a flyer on that guard. There's some free agents out there. You can fill his roster in pretty damn good, man. I've always liked Kevin Zeitler, man. He's a guy I always wanted the Raiders to bring in. My gosh, Sean Huggins, if we get Stafford let's take the best offensive lineman, build the line up. That's the blueprint now. Strong O-line and defensive line builds the trenches. Yeah, I would love to do that. The problem is the best lineman would be a tackle right now. Am I starting that tackle this year? Is there anybody that's startable at tackle this year? Right? Or do I leave Colton Miller? He's one of those check marks on his roster, right? Do I allow DJ Glaze to continue to develop? Do I put JPJ at center and go out there and get 2 startable guards? I think that would probably be a better metric. Bring in maybe, Mekhi Becton, right? But see, the thing with Mekhi Becton, you got to ask yourself, now that he's in the money, right, is he going to continue to play guard? Mekhi Becton, when he was with the Jets, was firmly and staunchly against playing guard. He wanted to be a tackle because he wanted to tackle money, right? So when you get Mekhi Becton, because he's a guy who had some concerns when he was with the Jets with his character and his want to and his know-how, right? Is Mekhi Becton a guy that you bring in as a guard, and is he okay with that? Or is he a guy that you bring in that's trying to fight his way up out of the position of guard to be a center? Not a center, but a tackle. Somebody talking about bringing back Pete Banzik. Man, get the F up out of here. Fields and Sanders is 12 mil for both. Then go crazy building a roster. Just business, brother. I feel you. I feel you, bro. But it's not just business because how effective are they going to be? It's not just business all the time, bro. DJ Glaze looked good last year. Yeah, DJ Glaze balled out, man. I don't think it's time to throw the baby out with the bathwater with him. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's time, man. I get Trent Brown vibes from Mekhi Becton. I do too, bro. I do too. I get that he's one of them guys that like he's like a wind up to it. Like, you know, now it's contract time. Now he's gonna ball out. He gets the contract, and then before you know it, 1, 2, 3, he's eating gummy worms, sneaking pies and cakes and pies and cakes. Yes, that's what winds up happening. Yo, Trey Taylor is going to turn some heads next season. I believe it. Yeah, look, I hope so. Am I banking on that? No. I'm not banking on Trey Taylor. Like, I got to see. I haven't even seen him do anything yet. I haven't seen him do nothing yet. Like, everybody, like, fall in love with these players and stuff that we've never seen do a goddamn thing. Yo, I mean, guys, we've never seen do a goddamn thing. What is wrong with you guys, man? The hell is wrong with you guys, man? Never seen these guys do a goddamn thing. Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. You talk about Trent Brown, man. Tell you something. He's a hell of a player, man. You know, I brought Trent Brown in, man. I lured him in with a line of beef patties with cheese, man. Little cocoa bread. Let me tell you something, man. That guy could sure eat, man. Brought him in here, fed him some hoagies, got him some gummy worms, man. Let me tell you something, man. See, the thing with Trent Brown is you got to keep him motivated with food, man. You keep him motivated with food and you keep him away from our old training staff, man. I tell you something, you get a hell of a player with that guy, man. I'm telling you, man. You talk about a big back, man. Trent Brown fits the bill, man. He's got a back like a goddamn king-size mattress, man. Guy's humongous. I'm just letting you guys know, man. Let me tell you something. Trent Brown vibes from Mekhi Becton. You're damn right. You guys want to lure Mekhi Becton, and you want old Coach Gruden to tell you how you get Mekhi Becton here, man? Let me tell you something, man. You guys ever hear of a little restaurant called the Golden Corral, man? Hey, man, let me tell you something. Rent the Golden Corral out. Get Mekhi Becton in there with 2 of his best friends, man. Let him go crazy, man. Let me tell you something. Then you offer him the contract. You have the guy in here for 5 years, man. Let me tell you something. And you're damn right. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, guys, if you guys like, my little analysis on Mekhi Becton, man, you guys knock on wood if you're with me, man. Old Coach Gruden, man, checking in on Raider Nation Unlimited, man. Let me tell you something. Tell you something, man. Hey, I'm sorry, man. Hey, guys, hey, let me tell you something, too, before I get out of here. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Wasted Talent, man. It's a great guy, man. Great effing guy. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. If I know how to do anything else, I know how to sign sorry-ass linemen, man. Yeah, you're right, DeMose. You got to keep it classy, man. You got to take him to Sizzler. Yo, is there actually a Sizzler still? Yeah, man. Yo, they said, miss you, coach. Oh, my God, yo. Hey, guys, look, I think it's time to reel a train back into the train station, man. This is a very slow motion show. Appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys want us to hang around a little longer? You guys let me know, man. I got nothing to do. I'm just hanging out. I'm chilling, man. I got nothing to do. I'm chilling, man. This is one of those nights, man. Look, I normally I get off the air. I'm like, hey, man, yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? What you doing here, man? You said keep the train rolling? Guys are crazy. You guys are crazy, man. Said chill, let's keep. All right, look. This is what we'll do, right? We'll keep the train rolling. Mock draft time. It's mock the mock here, man. A little PFF, man. A little mock draft simulator, man. Do a little PFF mock draft simulator, man, like your life to freaking depended on it. That is what the F we're going to do here. Take advantage of some of the stuff we got, you know what I mean, at our disposal here. We got the Raiders. We're going to run this mock draft simulator. We're going to have us a good goddamn time in here, man. Let me share my screen right here. You guys know Wasted's a boomer. It's all good. Boomer McBoomerstein himself, man. Boomer McBoomerstein myself. Now, guys, the mock draft is sick and silly in here. It's crazy. It's crazy. The mock draft is crazy. All right, guys, look. So we're going to do this mock draft like my guy Jason619 said, man. Do the mock draft as if we've got Matthew Stafford. So, guys, are we on the same page with this, right? We're going to do this mock draft as if we had Matthew Stafford. We got Matthew Stafford signed, sealed, delivered, and we were able to keep our 6th-round pick. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So, guys, I'm going to start the draft, guys. Starting the draft. Let's start. Boom. Let's start. Okay. Raiders are on the clock. Cam Ward went number 1. Travis Hunter went number 2. Shador Sanders went number 3. Abdul Carter went number 4. And McMillan went number 5. And look, we got some trades here, right? Now, let's review some of these trades, guys. Let's review some of these trades. Look, let me see what we got here. Look, I don't see any. Next pick will be the 17th select. I don't want to trade with anybody. I'm cool. I'm on the clock. So if we're on the clock, bro, you guys want to do a trade? Do you guys want to do a trade? We're on the clock now, guys. So what are we doing? You guys want to draft a player? Or so right now, Genty's available. Mason Graham's available. Will Campbell's available. Luther Burden is available. James Pierce Jr. is available. Mike Green, Jahad Campbell. So, guys, look. Mason Graham and Austin Genty. Now, this is the thing. This is a heavy running back draft, guys. It's a heavy running back draft. I like Mason Graham. I do, right? I think that I can get myself another running back, right? So, what I'm looking at either James Pierce Jr., Mike Green, or Mason Graham, yo. Now, it's the thing about James Pierce Jr., yo. He's a beast. If Wasted was drafted for real, man, everybody says Mason Graham like your life depended on it. And you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to take BPA. It's looking like Mason Graham is the best player available. Now, look, I want to do something too. I want to look at my corners here. Will Johnson is available. I want to look at my quarterbacks. I want to see how many running backs I got left. All of these guys are available right now. So I'm not taking Austin Genty, guys. Will Campbell's a good pick, but look. James Pierce Jr., bro. What a beast, man. I mean, I know, look, I'll take Mason Graham. I'm going to take Mason Graham, y'all. All right, so now we went out there. We took care. We got Mason Graham. We're on the clock. I'm not trading anybody. I'm not going to make this junk complicated. We have a situation where we have our quarterback, right? Will Howard is still there, but it's the second round here, right? So you got guys like Dylan Sampson. You got guys like Caleb Johnson. But guys, I know we need a running back. My favorite running back in this draft, besides Omarion Hampton, who is gone, is Trayvon Henderson. And we're going to take Trayvon Henderson, guys. We're taking Trayvon Henderson. So we're going to support our quarterback. We're going to support him. We're going to support him. And now we got all four of my favorite wide receivers in this draft. We got Matthew Stafford, y'all. We got to support him. So, look. Wide receiver. So, you got Jalen Royals. You got Savion Williams, right? And you got Isaiah Bond. That is a beast, man. This kid is fast as hell. Great young receiver, man. But with Savion Williams, he's a guy that has the profile to be a number one guy. Now, before I draft that wide receiver, I need to go look at what's going on, as far as offensive linemen. But, look, man, I'm going to support Matthew Stafford. I'm going to give him a big target, 6'5" guy in Savion Williams. This is the third round, so I'm picking back-to-back, right? I'm picking back-to-back. Now, we can go and we can double up on wide receiver. We can double up on wide receiver. We can go linebacker, edge. Jack Kaiser, Kobe King is a beast, right? So, guys, let me go back in the chat because I can't see what you guys are saying, right? I can't see what y'all guys are saying. My guy Dame Dollar, wasted. I'm starting to think we can wait until next year's draft to get a QB if we get Stafford. I'm starting to think, I think that you're right. So, guys, let me ask y'all a question, man. My guy, Julian Virus. Are the rumors about Zach Wilson true? I would love that as a diehard BYU plan. Plus, he'll be close to Utah. Yes, they are. Now, let me ask y'all a question, man. This is the draft, basically, that we signed Matthew Stafford, right? So, what are you guys thinking? Offensive guard, double up at running back? What we doing here, y'all? What we doing here? Let's see where we are with the running back room. RJ Harvey is still available. There's still a lot of these guys on the here. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at the quarterbacks. Look, Jackson Dart is available. Will Howard is available. Now, I think because we have Matthew Stafford, right, we should probably address the quarterback position. Guys, in the chat, you guys thinking Jackson Dart of the boom prospect, or are you going to take it safe with Will Howard? Let me ask y'all a question, man. Will Howard? Will Howard, y'all thinking Will Howard? Not Jackson Dart? Look, Chip Kelly is here. Chip Kelly is here. Chip Kelly knows this kid. He's going to develop him. He'll sit behind Stafford. We're getting Will Howard, y'all. We're getting Will Howard. Now what we got to do is we're doing BPA all the way around. Now, Jarrett Wilson is a damn good young guard, man, out of Georgia. He can play center too. We have, we don't really need any safety help right now. I think we're cool on safety, right? You guys know we need to improve that linebacker room. We need to improve that linebacker room, guys. We need to support. We need to support, our guy. Now, we got some damn good linebackers left. Stutzman, but Barrett Carter is a first-round pick. He's a stud. Barrett Carter at linebacker, stud. Super stud. So now, right, we got a linebacker. Let's go back in. Let's see what we got here when you start talking about wide receivers, man. Ricky White is a beast. I think he'll still be around, right? So, look. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry for the dead air, but, I'm really – because, we got such a good draft. Right, so we can double up and triple up on some players right now. We really haven't really addressed this offensive line, right? But I'm under the estimation that if we don't address the offensive line, we're cool because we did it in free agency. We did it in free agency, right? So I'm gonna exist under that illusion that we did it in free agency, right? So I would like to double up at running back. I'm gonna go with. Let me see who we got left. Trevor Etienne is a beast. Kyle Monagi from Rutgers. Ollie Gordon is my guy too, man. Ollie Gordon's my guy. Now I think I'm gonna go with Ollie Gordon, man. I'm going Ollie Gordon. Curtis Rourke is still available, but I'm cool. So basically now I'm in a situation, right? I filled my running back room. I got 2 young wide receivers. I mean 2 young running backs. We're gonna look and look in the wide receiver room because I want to support our guy that we brought in. We want to make sure he has as much talent around him as possible, right? Okay, all the Colorado guys are still there, right? I think we need to get a lineman, y'all. We need to get a guard. Damn, Danny Stutzman's available? God damn, yo. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. Like, yo, I'm really into this mock draft, yo. I am really into this mock draft. That's crazy. Inside offensive lineman. Miles Kaiser, Jack Slater, Joshua Gray, the beast, right? So let's check out Dylan Fairchild, man. Dylan Fairchild, Georgia boy. You can't go wrong with the Georgia boys, right? But let me see. I know you guys are gonna get mad. Let me check the corners. Jalen Smith, Tommy Hill. Cam Miller's a beast, but I'm gonna pick Tommy Hill. I like Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill is a guy that play wide receiver. He reminds me a lot of Richard Sherman. He's not as tall as Sherm. He's 6 foot. He's long wingspan. Tommy Hill is a beast, man. Graham Mertz. So I'm gonna go and support that wide receiver room a little bit more. Jimmy Horn Jr. Jimmy Horn Jr. Man, I like Jimmy Horn Jr. Man, that kid, he's going places. I love that kid, man. Cam Miller, Jabbar Muhammad from Oregon. I like that kid, man. Malachi Moore, beast. And there we have it, y'all. I'm not even looking at none of y'all, yo. I didn't even look. So what y'all think about this draft, man? What do y'all think? Let me go back and see what they graded my draft, y'all. They gave me an F on Henderson. They crazy, man. Savion Williams, Will Howard, Barrett Carter, Ollie Gordon, F, B+, F, a C. They are tripping, bro. Tripping. Hey, they are out of the air. Yo, Pro Football Focus is outside of their mind, yo. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about this draft, yo? Anthony, you're blocked. The F up out of here with your crap, Anthony. Seriously, what do y'all think about this draft, y'all? You would have waited longer on running back. Now, see, look, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I didn't wait on running back is because I have Matthew Stafford here, right? I have to support Matthew Stafford with a run game. I got to support Matthew Stafford with a run game. We're drafting like Matthew Stafford is our quarterback. Yo, Tisa, you said I would get Spy Tech 5. Yo, y'all don't like the draft? I like James Pierce too, bro. I would have got him in the first round too. I love James Pierce. I'm drafted like Mayock did. Bro, y'all crazy as hell. So I got Mason Graham, right? I got a bona fide stud at defensive tackle. I got a stud running back. I got a stud wide receiver. I got the quarterback of the future, stud linebacker, backup stud running back, a nice corner to add to the assortment of guys I have, and I have a guy that is a guy that has a problem holding on to the football as far as catching. Jimmy Horn Jr. is lightning in a bottle. Jabbar Muhammad and Malachi Moore. You guys are crazy. You know what we gonna do? Let's run it back. Let's run it the F back, y'all. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Now, look, we're going to draft this draft as if we don't get Matthew Stafford. We're drafting this draft as if we need a quarterback. So this draft, we need a quarterback. God damn, Abdul Carter is available. Abdul Carter's available. I'm taking him. I don't care. I don't even care if Shador's there. I don't give a shit. We need a quarterback, though, y'all. We need a quarterback. So we don't have Matthew Stafford. I'm going to be real with you, y'all. Look, I'm taking Jackson Dart. Donovan Jackson. Wait a minute. Trying to see who's available here, right? Tez Johnson, all these guys are available, right? Donovan Jackson is one of the best tackles in this draft. I'm going to take Donovan Jackson because I know we're running back because now we got to go support. We got to go support, our young guys. So we got Devin Neal still out there. Jaden Blue, who's a beast. DJ Giddens is a beast, right? The running back room is start. We still got some guys out there. We still got some guys, right? I love RJ Harvey, but I'm going to take Devin Neal. So, listen, we don't have our quarterback of the future. We're going to double up on Will Howard. We're going to get two quarterbacks. We're going to do the RG3 thing, right? We're going to do the RG3 thing. Kyle Managi. So, look, we got two quarterbacks, and we haven't taken a wide receiver to first, right? So now we got to go out there and go get our wide receiver room right, man. Nick Nash, San Jose State. Curtis Rourke. Boom. Lombard, Antoine Wells. So this is what we haven't really done, right? Now, like Akil Arnold and all these guys, right? But we have not really addressed the fact that Elijah Austin, shit. I think we kind of messed up with Will Howard, man. We kind of messed up here, man, because now I kind of painted myself into a corner here. Painted myself in a corner from the defensive side of the football, man. So I got to make up for that. I got to get a stud linebacker. I got to do something to help this defense out, right? Because, we have a football team that is a very, 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 we're a defensive football team. I don't really need another safety. That's one of the last things I need, right? I need guys on the line, right? I kind of went for the shiny object, and I kind of messed this draft up, man. So now I'm trying to find my way out of it. It's going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough, man, because I don't really want to draft anybody in defensive secondary right now. I want to go trenches. I want to go linebacker, right? You know what I'm saying? Man, I think I'm going to have to double down on my offense, man. Ollie Gordon Jr. Ollie Gordon II. Aronde Gatson II, Graham Mertz. Man, it is slim pickings. It is slim pickings here, man. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and I am going to get myself a guard, right? I'm going to get myself a guard, man. I'm going with Dylan Fairchild. Got to go with the Georgia boy, right? Doubling down on the quarterback kind of screwed me. I should have probably waited, man. I should have waited, man. But we don't have our quarterback of the future, so I got two guys that can battle it out. So I'm gonna go with Elijah Austin because I like Elijah Austin. I like Elijah Austin, man. I do. Okay, boom. Jalen Walker, come on home. So look, we drafted Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Donovan Jackson. So we got the best player in the draft. You know, we got one of the best young quarterbacks in the draft. We have our left tackle of the future. We have our starting running back. We have a nice receiver to add to our group, Nick Nash. We have a possible starting guard in Dylan Fairchild. Elijah Austin is a guy that you can add for depth. Jalen Walker is a linebacker that you can start, and we got Ollie Gordon too. I think this is I mean, this draft might be as good as the last one. I really do. I really do. I mean, let me ask you guys a question. I mean, how could this possibly be a problem? Nasty work. So wait. Graf, what the F are you talking about? The F are y'all talking about? So let me ask you a question. So Graf, is this, am I delusional, Dave, here? The F are you talking about? So I draft Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Donovan Jackson, Devin Neal, Will Howard, Nick Nash, Ollie Gordon. What are y'all talking about? Hey, get the F up out of here, man. To block all you bums. I got the best player in the draft and one of the best tackles in the draft. The F are y'all talking about? Anthony, get that, yo, man, I cannot believe you guys. Cannot believe y'all. So my mock is super. So I got us 2 quarterbacks and Abdul Carter. I got us 2 running backs. Wow. Wow, man. I tell you, man. Damn, you guys are throwing me under the effing bus. Graf, get the F up out of here. Yo, guys, do me a favor. Block Graf. Somebody get this guy up out of here. It's crap. Coming in here starting trash. We're going to do one more draft, and I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's getting late. We're going to start this draft. We're going to rock and roll here. Boom. All right. So this is crazy that Abdul Carter is available again, right? But if he's available, I'm taking him every time. I'm sorry. So, look. We're going to draft this draft as if we have Matthew Stafford here, right? So we got to protect him. We got to protect Matthew Stafford, man. So we got to see who we got here, right? Now, Matthew Stafford's coming. Donovan Jackson is still available, right? So we got Abdul Carter. That with Max Crosby is phenomenal right now. Xavier Watts is a great young safety, but I think we're fine on safety right now. I really do. Now we have to do something to try to support Matthew Stafford here, right? So Jack Beck, they have him ranked pretty high. Xavier Restrepo, these are guys. I'm more into Royals and Savion and Isaiah Bond. You know what I mean? I'm more into those guys, but we're in the second round, right? So in the second round, I think to support Matthew Stafford, we got to get a running back. You got R.J. Harvey, you got Devin Neal, you got Henderson, Jukins. You know what I mean? Look, Dylan Sampson is a beast. I like Dylan Sampson, right? But if I have my druthers, I get one of the Ohio State guys. We're gonna go with Chip Kelly. I'm gonna go Trayvon Henderson. So we can double down, right? We can double down. We can go out here. We can go get us a wide receiver. we can go get one of the better tackles in this draft. But you know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna go out there and go get my guy wide receiver. I'm going to get Isaiah Bond. And then I'm doubling down on running back. I'm gonna bring in the teammate. We're gonna have the Ohio State backfield in the place. We're gonna go Ohio State again. We can go Ohio State. Yeah, I got 2 running backs, right? Go Ohio State again. We getting Will Howard, baby. We getting Will Howard. We're not taking no trades. We don't need to. So we're done there, right? We're done there. We're done there. Kobe King, we need a linebacker. We need to help this defense. I like Kobe King. We're going to draft him right out of linebacker U. There we go. There we go. Yo, it's still so many freaking players, man. So many players, man. So, guys, look. Let's look at where we're at in this draft, man. Let me get back in the chat. Let me see what you guys are talking about. No, look, man. We doubling down, y'all. We doubling down. We're doubling down. Get it, DT? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go see if we can get a defensive tackle, man. Who we got here at defensive tackle? Defensive interior. Tim Smith, Zeke Biggers, Ty Robinson, Howard Cross. We're going to go Tim Smith. We got us a defensive tackle. We got us a tackle. Let's go get us a corner, man. I like Cam Miller. I like Jabari Muhammad. But Jason Marshall out of Florida. Oh, shit. I messed up. I hit the button too fast. I like the kid out of Florida State a little bit better, man. Let's go get us a tackle, man. Xavier Truss out of Georgia. Can't go wrong. So we got us our tackle. So look, let's go out there and let's go support Matthew Stafford a little bit more. Let's go back to the wide receiver room, right? Who we got out there? Zakari Franklin, Rock Taylor, Meeks, Elijah Badger. Nah, I like Elijah too, man. Fleming, but now we're not going to do that. Let me ask you guys a question. Who you guys drafting in this scenario right now? Yeah, I know. The kid from FSU is great. I messed up. Where's the flag? I messed up, bro. I messed up. Yo, I hit the button too fast, bro. I messed up. That's on me. That's one. Oh, he's still there. Ventrell Cypress. He's still there. Abdul Carter. They are bugging giving Henderson an F, bro. Henderson is a beast. Isaiah Bond, Will Howard, Kobe King, Tim Smith, Jason Marshall, Truss, and Fintrell Smith. Man, listen, bro. Look, I think I've outdone myself. I don't like Cam Scatterboo. He all right. I'm not a big Cam Scatterboo guy, man. Hey, guys, listen. I had a wonderful time doing this, man. We got over 900 of y'all in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. We've been going for a long. I don't think I've done a 2-hour show in a long time, bro. My drafts are fire, bro. Yo, listen, y'all will be going crazy if this happened in real life. The F are y'all talking about, yo? Get the F up out of here with that crap. Guys, listen, man. Love every single one of y'all. Appreciate y'all. The train is coming back into the station. We up out of here, bro. We don't never go this long on here, man. But, yo, I appreciate every single one of y'all hanging and riding with me, man. We will be back at y'all all week, man. And, Anthony, right now we are putting you on timeout. You're blocked, Anthony, you effing bum. You guys have a terrific night. And, yo, I forgot to get Graph's nonsensical comment out of my damn chat. Graphic Ready, you are banned. The F up out of here. Graph his bogus-ass drafts. It's a sneaky, sneaky move. Graf, you know what? I can't wait till the next time you go live, bro. I'm trolling the whole live. Trolling the whole live. Effing bum. But get the F up out of here, yo. You guys have a good night. Going to sleep. You guys, tell Graf I said F him his next live. Do me that favor, guys. But y'all have a great night, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace, man.